Hey, so far I've been driving with Prime for 2 weeks, and I'm really liking it. It is pretty dope. Leasing right now. You know, there might be problems along the way. Let's take that in stride. And you know, I came up with some backup plans for myself just in case things do happen, and just stored money away. Jet's here because he's needy, right? But you know, he was sitting here and he doesn't want to move. Anyway, so I've done 5 trips so far. I'm not gonna say customer names just in case. It's all right. Some people who work at Prime will know where these things went. I've been from the Springfield yard. I went from Joplin all the way down to McDowell, Georgia. And then what was cool, I thought I had to travel to go get like another load or something like that. The way they load, a lot of times I don't have to travel far, so it's not a lot of empty miles or bounce miles, as people call them. So that's dope. I like that. So after I dropped off there, the other spot was at McDowell, literally a half mile down the street. Went there, asked if the load was early, and they said no. So I just parked it up for the night and just went in the morning and got it, and ran that down to Medley, Florida. It's Miami. If you don't know anything about Miami, parking is tight. Good thing when I was with Warner and I was in the Ferguson fleet, I do have good backing experience from there, and I had to do like a blindside alley dock. Intimidating at first. I had to get out and look like 15 times. Well, not 15 times. I think it was like 7. But that's okay. You know, it wasn't like the yard wasn't busy at the time, and so I got that in, got it in nice and safe. We are good. And then after that, I picked up in Miami, and that wasn't too far. I think it was about 20 something miles down. I didn't even write the correct name of the town I wrote Miami. And that went all the way up to Marcy, New York. That wasn't as fun. There was a lot of, I had to go through DC, and in the early morning. But the rest of the ride was fun. And when I went down to Miami, I used the toll road, and I was perfectly fine with that. I should have used it shooting back up, because 95, why is there traffic at 10 o'clock at night on 95? And this is all in Miami, so I should have known. You know, it's not like I haven't done that before. But Marcy, New York, that was just dropping off at a Walmart. I'll just say that customer. And people, you know, I always check out customer reviews. They say that it took very long. I think it took about 4 hours. I just took a nap there, and then after that, you know, just went to go nap somewhere else. And they had me at another customer pretty quick. This was in New York also, and it was pretty close. It was about I think it was 50 miles away I had to go, and then head down to Tennessee. So it was the next day that they had an appointment set to go pick up, and then went all the way down to Shelbyville, Tennessee. That's below Nashville over there. So that was a pretty cool run. I was just, they're like, they asked me too. They said, "Hey, are you okay with this?" I said, "Yeah, sure." I'm not really turning down loads like that. You know, I want to see what their customers have to offer. I'll talk about that in a second. And then after that in Shelbyville, I picked up again in Shelbyville. So the pickup and drops, they're pretty close to each other, and I like that. And I went all the way to from Shelbyville to Lansing, so that's one line straight up, basically. And that was Myers, the grocery place. I was talking to my sister. She lived in Lansing for a bit, and she was just like, yeah, that's like their Walmart, and they also have Walmart. I was like, all right, cool. And you know, like, again, another place where I looked up reviews and they said it was terrible on unloading times, and it took 6 hours for one guy and everything like that. I went and I parked in their lot, then took my paperwork in, and they're like, oh, they'll call you when you're ready. And then I had to go use their machine to get copies of the paperwork. And as I was at the machine, they said, hey, here's your door. Oh, okay, cool. So I went to go park, went to go lay down, and it was about 45 minutes later, I got a phone call. Hey, you're done. Well, what do you mean I'm done? Oh, okay, cool. I'll keep going. But yeah, right now, then I went to go pick up at a place. It's by Battle Creek. I want to show in Kalamazoo, and then I'm headed to Albany, a place by Albany. I don't want to say what it is yet because I haven't dropped this off. And I was like, oh, I'm next to, you know, my family's house, like go see my mom and dad. And I just asked, and it was like, yeah, you could go do that. When do you want to be available? I said, oh, it's Sunday morning. Okay. And there was no fight or anything like that. So I'm loving that freedom that I have here at Prime. That's been really cool. I'm gonna write some stuff down. I'll come out with some videos about like how orientation was. I'll just write down things to remember. I just didn't want to make videos during orientation, not for any security reason or anything like that. I just didn't feel like it. Just because, you know, it's a new job. I felt so nervous about coming here and getting on the road. And so far, being on the road with this company, I don't feel like I'm always in a rush like I was with Warner. Well, I was company and it was cents per mile, so I was always rushing myself. But at least here, it's just like the appointment times, they're feasible. You know, I could plan accordingly. I don't have to run and jump in, and if anything happens, we're gonna miss the appointment window. There is plenty of time. Like when I went up to Lansing, I did have an appointment time, and then the ABS light was on my trailer, and I had to go get that fixed, and it needed to be calibrated. So I got that fixed, and I didn't feel like, oh, I gotta rush, I gotta get there, I'm gonna miss my appointment. So company treating me pretty stellar right now. I don't know what the future may hold, but like I said, really digging it. The pay's pretty damn good. So, you know, I don't like to put the week to week. I like to do the whole month perspective, just because things happen in a whole month. You never know if something goes down or what have you, but I'll try to vlog it and see what happens. You know, I try and just find my voice and get comfortable, and I'll just say here, always keep learning something. So I didn't come in knowing refrigerator, doing you know, I did dry van before, so I know dry van for the past 4 years. So I know the lifestyle, but you know, with reefer, there's times I had to run nights. That's okay. It wasn't all the time. You know, and I looked up a lot of people on YouTube. So the guy who recruited me, guy and gal, Eric from Driver Lineup. So shout out to Eric and Jenna. I look up other videos. So Lyle, No Hippie Trucking, very, very informative. I like the way he just sits there and he just puts out his thoughts. Cool, keep doing that, man. You know, even guys who came before. So Ross Johnson's Logic, Travis Kinley, he's been a really good inspiration. So if you were thinking about getting your CDL and going with a company and you're researching it, please, you know, look up videos for the people who run for that company, not necessarily the people who like just try to recruit. I know what's his name, Busy Blake. He's a big recruiter at Prime, but Busy Blake is happy, and that's why he recruits a lot, because he puts out his genuine happiness, and you know, you could see that with a lot of his students. So you know, good job with that. I don't know what they have for TNT. I don't know if little guy over here can go with me. Thank you. But if he can, you know, I'll train TNT. I'll take one student and see how that goes. Like I said, I was a road trainer for Warner, but they only do 21 days, and the some students that I had, and they're like just 4 students on you. It's just like, no, take this guy, and you guys don't smoke, all right, go. You know, here it's more like you kind of pick and choose. They have like a personality thing. So I don't know how good that is, but like I said, I'll give it its fair shake when the time comes. I just told my fleet manager, I said, hey, give me, you know, a month or more to get the Prime way down, and so I can teach the Prime way. You know, I know kind of like the lifestyle way, you know, not always being home, and being out on the road. I used to be out 5 weeks at a time with Warner and then go home, because I was on an account that was 5 weeks over the road minimum before home time, and that's the only way I got like 60 cents a mile. Here it's just like I'm not doing as much mileage, and I'm not struggling for cash. Well, I wasn't struggling at Warner either. Let me put that there. They were a very good company that I got brought up into, but when I first got in and I was only seeing 38 cents a mile, it's like I felt like I had to be running all the time. Here it's more relaxed, so hopefully I could get more things done. And you know, I think if I was running the way I ran at Warner, I would be over, one, exhausted, and then 2, if I'm running my own business, I wouldn't have time to focus on that at the end of the day. Because when I was just running with Warner, I was just, you know, 10 hours of driving, sleep, 10 hours of driving, sleep. Right now I have more time to do things, you know, look up good information about running a business. So I'm going and learning at the same time, but I'm still hoarding my money. I'm like, just in case breakdowns, repairs, you know, I don't want to be left in the hole somewhere. As far as you know, I haven't got to home time or anything like that. I'll try late April. Well, I can do it late April and do that, but usually I'm not too home that long. You know, some people want to take a whole week off. I'd probably do like 4 days at the maximum, you know, and then have a paycheck sitting in the bank somewhere. So that'll be nice. But yeah, so like I said, so far everything's good. I'll write down some ideas, put some things out. It's just my experience, things that I've seen. You know, I'm not really one to drive and talk at the same time. You know, I can't. When I used to smoke, I couldn't smoke and drive at the same time. I hated it. But yeah, that's really it. Hey, and always be willing to learn something new.